In order to capture this footage, it seemed like it would be super easy at first. But oh no, if it were that easy, there'd be nothing exciting to share in this video. This is Densal. This time, his visa is expiring, and he has to leave Vietnam before re-entering. The distance from Haiphong to Vinh is just 282 kilometers, yet it took us from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. to get there.
We're going to Laos. That's the ultimate destination, is Laos.
As always, my dad drove us to the bus station.
What did you say?
Do you want a bite?
No, thanks.
It's very nice.
No.
It's just one bite.
No. No.
Even the phone laughs at you.
This is one of the common double-decker buses in Vietnam with 3 rows of beds. We stopped for lunch, an overflowing bowl of noodles costing only 40,000 Vietnam dong. Keep moving! By 4 p.m., we had arrived. The bus dropped us off in the middle of nowhere. From there, we were transferred by motorbike to a waiting house, where we had to wait from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. This is the sleeper bus that will take us from here to the Laos border. To pass the time, we wandered into a nearby field, breathing in the fresh air and meeting some local kids. They were so chatty, asking me everything about the sky, the ocean, and even little everyday things. These unfamiliar children unexpectedly became some of the most adorable friends I've ever had. After dinner, at long last, our journey resumed at 9 p.m., heading toward our first border crossing.
Good morning from Chalo Border Gate.
We arrived here at 4 a.m. and continued sleeping on the bus. It had been a long night, with restless sleep and the overwhelming smell of cigarette smoke filling the air. The discomfort was undeniable, but it didn't matter. I was brimming with excitement at the thought of leaving Vietnam and beginning our adventure in Laos. At the border, I handed my passport to the customs officer. He scrutinized it for 10 minutes before asking, "Have you ever traveled anywhere before?" Despite my passport being packed with stamps, he kept examining it for another 10 minutes. I felt bad for those waiting behind me. Then he asked, "Do you have your ID card?" Unfortunately, I'd left it at home. After 20 minutes of interrogation, he finally stamped my passport, but that stamp ended up causing me so much trouble. Next, it was Densal's turn. Things took a turn for the worse. He wasn't allowed to leave Vietnam because the Chalo Border in Laos doesn't issue visa on arrival. Meanwhile, my passport was already stamped. What a mess! Frantically, I ran around asking the customs officers to cancel my exit stamp. They explained that I needed to cross into Laos, officially enter, and then immediately exit the country. At that moment, luck came in the form of those same chain-smoking bus drivers from the previous night. They went out of their way to help me. I hitched a ride in a container truck to the Laos border, where the Laotian officers made things a bit difficult and expensive, but eventually, I got both my entry and exit stamps. This is me, hitchhiking on a truck for the first time from Chalo to the other side of the Laos border to get the stamp. And this is also me, hitchhiking for the second time from the Laos border back to the Chalo border to see Densal.
So what are we going to do?
We are on our next leg of the journey where we got shown away from the border because it's not an international border and I don't have any documents prepared to cross this border. So we are probably going to hitchhike. Grace, do you want to hitchhike?
Sure.
So we've been walking for how long? I'm sweating. How long did we walk for? 2 minutes. And we got a ride. So, lucky for us. We got into a bus.
The truck.
Some truck that crossed the border. So we're hitchhiking to where? Highway.
Highway. The number one highway.
We're hitchhiking to the highway and see if we can get a bus from there. So, good luck to us.
We are moving from Chalo to Ha Tin City. The distance is 127 kilometers. Watching travel videos, hitchhiking always seemed easy, but experiencing rejection after rejection was tough, believe me. This truck driver, however, was incredibly kind. We shared many stories about the ups and downs of his life. Despite our insistence, he refused to take any money. We said our goodbyes and got off the truck. Our next destination is Cau Treo Border.
So we are on the bus and heading to Cau Treo Border.
Going with the wind.
We are paying money for traveling from border to borders.
Finally, we arrived at the Cau Treo Border gate. At the border gate, we were greeted by a soldier who checked our passports. Once again, the same issue arose. Densal couldn't leave because the Laotian side wouldn't grant visa on arrival.
The second day and we are still
And I'm still stinky. Haven't had a shower yet. Almost the end of day number 2. Since COVID happened, Laos has changed their
policy.
yes, how they work at the border with certain nationalities. And South Africa is excluded from entering Laos through 2 borders that we've been to.
Disheartened, we took a taxi back to Huang Son, then boarded a bus to Vinh. The journey felt endless as our bodies were jostled on one ride after another.
bus and
Here we are.
the bus station of Vinh City. And now we're gonna take a look at the information of
The bridge is called after Vietnamese. With the dogs speaking with the ambulance.
By the time we reached Vin's bus station, it was 8 p.m. Exhausted, we decided to stay overnight to freshen up. After 2 days of constant travel, we were in dire need of a shower. At 8 a.m. on the third day, we boarded another bus from Vin, heading straight to the Lao Bao Border. Thousands of questions raced through my mind. Would Densal's exit finally succeed this time?
Right now, I'm in this very nice bus, lying here. Where am I going? Oh yes, I'm going to the third border to try and exit. Try and exit this third border. Let's see what happens. Round 3, here we go.
We stopped for lunch in the middle of the road. It turned out to be a very nice noodle dish.
I hit the road, you by my side.
what do we have?
Khoan đặc nhé.
Mì quà đặc biệt. So what do we have inside?
Cổ mì, cổ peanut, cổ bông, cổ tôm, cổ chung, cá chung,
Okay.
cổ bim bim.
Bim bim. Ta-da! Our original plan is to travel to Laos, but this is the third day and we're still stuck in Vietnam because of Daniel's visa's procedure. We've been to 2 borders before and they refused to let him to get out. So we are heading to the third border to see that he's getting out of border. We have 3 days super tired on the road. Just sat on the bus and slept and sat and slept again. There's not much things to do.
The world is ours, and love is capable. Pots of flowers, beaches and mountains. Each destination brings 1,000 memories. Laughing and dancing under the stars. Your eyes guiding me, they are my lanterns. I love traveling with you. Each step is a dream to live. Hand in hand without looking.
Finally, we arrived at 5 p.m., just 2 hours before the border closed. Let's go and see if Densal can exit the country.
Em tưởng là mỗi anh được 50 triệu một tháng. Ba anh chưa được. Thế là bọn em là những hành khách cuối cùng và đến Lao Bảo, đến cửa khẩu à? Mọi người không đến cửa khẩu đúng không?
Hôm nay có 2 người.
Thế à? 2 người ở đâu anh?
Đây 2 người. Nhiều khi có nhiều hơn.
À thế à?
So we just made it through Lao Bao Border security.
And
But the next question is,
Can we do
I
it?
pass the actual border? Can I go past the next checkpoint where they give me the exit stamp, and then the next thing is the entry stamp into Laos. So I guess I'll see you on the other side.
Rushing through Vietnamese customs and straight to the Laotian side, a miracle happened. They finally issued a visa on arrival here. We paid $45 for the stamp, and just like that, we were done.
So the next leg of our journey includes finding transport from the border to Phuket.
It's high.
So, that's the mystery behind traveling today. We don't know where we're sleeping tonight.
This journey was filled with frustration, heated arguments, and exhaustion from the countless rejections and never-ending rides. But as we stood on Laotian soil, successfully entering the country, every hardship melted away into joy. If this trip had been smooth, it wouldn't have been this memorable. Thank you for joining us on this adventure. Goodbye!
I couldn't breathe, I couldn't see. I was lost in darkness, misery. But then I met the sun.